Mount Dora just might be one of the most charming small towns in all of Florida, and it makes for a perfect day trip from the theme parks. From scenic lake views to hidden boardwalks, local eats to unique shopping, here are the top things to do in Mount Dora, Florida. And by the way, this is not a ranked list, just sharing our favorite stops in no particular order so you can build your perfect day. We're kicking things off with one of Mount Dora's most iconic landmarks, the Lighthouse at Grantham Point Park. It's 35 feet tall, opened in 1988, and it's actually the only inland freshwater lighthouse in Florida that is still used to help boaters navigate Lake Dora. While it's not towering like coastal lighthouses, it's got plenty of charm, and it's a favorite photo spot for visitors and locals. You can find it just a short walk from downtown, and it's a great place to catch the sunset, watch the boats, or just sit by the water and relax. There's also a little free parking area right near the lighthouse, but it fills up fast on weekends, so go early or just enjoy a short walk from downtown. Just around the corner from the lighthouse is one of Mount Dora's hidden gems, Palm Island Park. This peaceful boardwalk takes you along the shore of Lake Dora and through a cypress swamp filled with Spanish moss. Looking over the edge of the boardwalk, you'll be able to spot tons of birds, turtles, snakes, and sometimes even an alligator or two if you're lucky. And speaking of gators, keep an eye out for Old Joe. This is a 15-foot bronze alligator statue that honors a local legend. Old Joe was apparently known as the largest and fiercest alligator around, rumored to have eaten small animals and even livestock, and was a fixture of local folklore. This statue now watches over the boardwalk in his memory. The boardwalk trail is a short, easy walk just under a mile, and it feels totally tucked away from the busy downtown area. If you're looking for a quiet moment in nature, this is the spot. It's especially beautiful early in the morning or just before sunset when the light filters through the trees, and yes, it's 100% free to visit. You can't visit Mount Dora without exploring the historic downtown area. This is the heart of the town, and it's full of colorful storefronts and tons of locally owned shops and galleries. Whether you're into unique food, handmade goods, or just browsing, there's something here for everyone. A couple of our favorite spots is the Mount Dora Olive Oil Company, where you can taste all kinds of infused oils and balsamic vinegars, and Piglet's Pantry, a boutique dog bakery with treats and toys for your four-legged travel buddy. The historic downtown area even has several buildings that are listed on the National Register of Historic Places, including the beautiful Donnelly House and the Lakeside Inn, which is the oldest continuously operated hotel in the state of Florida. It also hosts a farmers market on Sundays. The Mount Dora Historic Society has even recently added plaques and markers throughout the downtown district. So as you walk around, you can learn the history of specific buildings and see what they looked like in decades past. Even if you're not shopping, the area is really just fun to explore. There's always something going on, like live music, local artists, or just enjoy the peaceful small town vibe. Parking is free in most areas, but it can get really busy on the weekends. There's a free city parking garage behind Donnelly Street that usually has some space. Mount Dora has an amazing variety of restaurants for such a small town, and most of them are locally owned, which makes exploring the food scene here even more fun. If you're looking for a great view, Pisces Rising is a classic. It's right on the lake with a spacious deck, and it's especially magical at sunset. For international flavors, there's a small bit of everything. Magical Meat Boutique serves up classic British pub food with live music on the weekends. The Bavarian House is the place for schnitzel and sauerkraut. Las Palmas and Copacabana Cuban Cafe both offer delicious Cuban food with outdoor seating. Olive Branch blends Mediterranean and Italian flavors. Shiva has fantastic Indian food. And The Wave offers fresh Asian fusion in a stylish setting. If you're looking for something more upscale, 1921 Mount Dora is the spot. It's modern, artistic, and a popular choice for special occasions. But if we had to pick just one favorite, it would be the Goblin Market. Tucked down a little alleyway, it has a cozy secret spot feel, and the food is always incredible. We've never had a bad meal here. If you're visiting on a weekend, definitely make a reservation for dinner, especially for Pisces Rising, the Goblin Market, or 1921. Mount Dora has its fair share of charm, but also a fun dose of weird. If you love finding quirky roadside stops, there's two must-see while you're in town. First up is the giant VW Spider. It's literally a vintage Volkswagen Beetle welded into a giant metal spider sculpture. It sits in someone's yard just off of Highland and 3rd Street. It's a bit random, but it's become a bit of a local legend. You can pull over and snap a photo from the street. Then there's the iconic Mount Dora Starry Night House, a residential home completely painted to mimic Van Gogh's famous painting. The landmark was painted with a mural inspired by the homeowner's autistic son's favorite painting, Van Gogh's Starry Night. This was a way to guide him home just in case he wandered off, and has since become an iconic site in Mount Dora. These aren't major attractions, but they're the kind of little offbeat finds that make Mount Dora fun to explore. Both spots are drive-by friendly, so no need to go on property, just admire them from the road. If you want to explore Mount Dora from a whole new perspective, head out on the water. A boat tour across Lake Dora and through the Dora Canal is hands down one of the most relaxing and beautiful things you can do here. We took the 2-hour premier boat tour, which launches right from the dock behind Lakeside Inn. It's a guided pontoon boat tour with a knowledgeable captain who shares history, wildlife facts, and some fun local stories along the way. The lake views are stunning, but the real magic happens when you enter the famous Dora Canal, which connects Lake Dora to Lake Eustis. It's been described as the most beautiful mile of water in the world. You'll glide through a narrow, shaded waterway surrounded by cypress trees and Spanish moss. Keep an eye out for turtles, birds, and even the occasional gator sunning on a log. And if pontoon boats aren't your thing, there are other ways that you can explore the canal, including cat boat tours, which is a 2-person powered catamaran, or you can even kayak through it if you're up for the paddle. Just a few minutes outside of downtown, you'll find one of the biggest and most unique shopping experiences in all of Lake County, Renninger's Antique Center and Flea Market. Set on 140 acres, this place is massive and made up of 2 separate markets. The Antique Center is open Friday through Saturday and features over 200 shops in a large air-conditioned building, plus even more booths in the outdoor street of shops and consignment area. You'll find everything from unique furniture and vintage books to gold and diamond jewelry, shabby chic decor, porcelain collectibles, and much more. Then on Saturdays and Sundays, the Flea and Farmers Market opens up with over 700 vendors indoors and out. You'll find everything from produce, handmade chocolates, ice cream, and mini donuts to t-shirts, tools, pet supplies, vintage furniture, plants, and totally random surprises and treasures. And yes, there's even food. You can grab a bite at the Grubhub or one of the many other concessions with snacks, drinks, and meals to keep you going in between booths. They also host special themed events throughout the year, like vintage car shows, steampunk weekends, and the popular antique extravaganza. If you're visiting in the fall, you'll want to make sure to make time for Scott's Farm Festival. It's a seasonal event held at Great Scott Farms, just a short drive outside of Mount Dora, and it's one of the most popular autumn traditions in Central Florida. The highlight of the festival is a massive 7-acre corn maze. When you enter, you'll get a game sheet and hunt for 23 stations hidden throughout the maze that help you complete it. So it's part puzzle, part adventure, and a lot of fun. But that's just the beginning. The festival also has a giant castle playground, super slide, gem mining, and tractor rides, so there's plenty to keep the kids entertained all day long. You'll also find a pumpkin patch, fall photo ops, a country market with fresh produce and handmade goods, and food stands serving up roasted corn, kettle corn, and other seasonal treats. It's fun for families, couples, or honestly anyone looking to soak up fall vibes. You can buy your tickets online in advance to save a few bucks and try to go earlier in the day when it's cooler and less crowded. One of the best things about Mount Dora is that there's always something happening. The town is known for its festivals and they draw thousands of visitors throughout the year. The biggest event is the Mount Dora Arts Festival, held every February. It brings in over 300 nationally recognized artists and transforms the entire downtown area into an open-air gallery. It's one of the top-ranked art festivals in the country and a must if you're in town that weekend. Then in October, there's the Mount Dora Craft Fair, with over 400 vendors, handmade goods, food, and music. And if you're here during the holidays, don't miss the Mount Dora Christmas Festival. The entire downtown lights up with decorations of over 2 million twinkling lights, plus a Christmas tree lighting, parade, and a boat parade on the lake. It's pure holiday magic. There are smaller but super fun events throughout the year, like the Scottish Highland Festival, Mount Dora Corn Festival, and the Plant and Garden Fair, just to name a few. No matter what time you visit, there's a good chance something is going on. Before you head up to Mount Dora, there are a few tips to help you make the most out of your trip. First, parking is free throughout downtown, which is awesome, but it can be really tough to find a spot, especially during big events and festivals. During festivals, additional paid lots will open up, including residents opening their yards for paid parking. If you're visiting on the weekend, especially during peak season, check the Mount Dora events calendar ahead of time so you know what's going on before you make the drive. You don't want to be caught off guard by a packed festival crowd if you're hoping for a peaceful, relaxing visit. Some of these events are so popular, it can feel like you've landed in the middle of Magic Kingdom. There's also a parking garage behind Donnelly Street. It's a great backup option if the street parking is full, and some of the side streets a couple blocks out can be easier to snag a spot without the crowds. Mount Dora also offers a free ride service called a Freebie. It's an eco-friendly shuttle that you can request through the app, and it will pick you up and drop you off anywhere within the downtown area. So if you end up parking a little bit further out, it's a super easy way to get around without having to move your car. Make sure that you wear comfortable shoes. Between downtown, the parks, and the markets like Renneggers, you'll be doing a fair amount of walking. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, I would love it if you would hit that like button and subscribe if you would love to discover even more incredible places to explore, both in Florida and beyond. We post a video every week, and subscribing is the best way to make sure you don't miss a thing. Also, huge shout out to our channel members. You guys help keep this channel going, and we couldn't be more thankful for your support. If you would like to support what we do here and get early access to videos, custom emotes, and more, just click the link in the video description for more details. If you're looking for another unique city to explore within Florida, then I highly recommend checking out Tarpon Springs in the video that just popped up in the screen. It's a slice of Greece on the Florida Gulf Coast.